also your track The Dark. We want to play that one too, and that's one of my favorites. I can definitely hear a little bit of the John Mayer vibes in
Yeah,
there.
totally. Well, I had his bass player and drummer play on
So
it too, so that
cool.
helps.
Let's
Yeah.
go to that one. Like, how did the collabs come about, and how did you put it together?
Yeah, so that one I reached out originally. I was working on that song actually took quite a while to write because I had taken it through quite a few different iterations. Like I tried like an orchestral thing, I tried an electronic thing, and I was never like 100% happy with it until I kind of went, I think it kind of needs like a singer-songwriter John Mayer kind of vibe. And kind of there is some synths and stuff in there, but pulling them back instead of having them be the forefront. And that sort of unlocked it. And then around that time, I'm like, well, if this is going to be a John Mayer thing, let's just try my luck and see if see if I can get some of his players. And so I reached out to Sean Hurley, who plays bass for John Mayer and a bunch of other pop artists, and he's a session guy as well. And blew my mind as to how humble and willing to work with essentially nobody's like myself that
Wow.
and he was so great to work with, and I've worked with him since. He played on some other tracks on the album too after that. He's actually done some stuff like with my classroom teaching, which is
No
like
way.
can't believe he's even willing to or interested in doing that. But
Wow.
so that's been really cool. And then yeah, I also reached out to the drummer of John Mayer's band. His name's Aaron Sterling. He plays on like everyone's albums. Like
Yeah,
he
I've
basically
heard his name when I read that when you
yeah,
asked
yeah. He sits in
that.
a room and tracks for everyone. Like
Man,
it would be a sweet job. Like you just sit there and you have some of the best artists in the world send you tracks,
that's so
and then you got
cool.
nobodies like me that send you
That's
tracks.
so
But it was so cool that he was willing to do that, and um, yeah, it was just awesome experience. Like you get what you pay for. I
Mm,
think as well too. Like how professional and how organized and how clear and like their communication is just awesome.
so
Um,
good.
like you can tell that they do that every day of their life. Like
Yeah.
they're a cut above working with those guys. And then yeah, I was also doing some producing work with another mate of mine. I was producing some tracks for him, and he was working on some country stuff. And I'd met through Mark Lettieri a guy named Travis Toy, who's like a slide player, and yeah, being an influence, John Mayer being an influence, some of his like recent sort of last 10, 15 years, he's brought in some pedal steel players and things on his album. So I was like, yeah, let's experiment with that, and it added so much to it. It was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and then my mate Ethan sang on the track, and him and I kind of worked. He predominantly wrote the lyrics. I kind of helped him with the melodic direction of it. And yeah, he was wrestling with some faith stuff at the time. We'd both lost a mate a few years ago, and he was still wrestling with a bit of that. So that was a big part of the story, kind of behind the lyrics.
Hmm.
And then I think yeah, my buddy Mark Schultes also played some keys on this track too. And yeah, so it was a really cool collab. It was something a bit different than I'd done before,
Yeah.
and it was really cool to like yeah work with some of the players that were like like who had played on the albums that were like influencing the songs that I'd written, and
Yeah.
been very
Wow.
blessed and lucky to be able to do that more than once, on these tracks on this album. Is like if I'm working on something that's influenced by a band or an artist, if being able to reach out and be like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I've done, and sometimes even having a connection with other players that they've worked with, that can help too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really cool to bring in players similar with M83 and Tycho and Corey Wong and Snarky Puppy. All of those bands are very much influencing some of what I write. So just to be able to go, all right, let's get this drummer or this bass player and like have them be willing. It's been super cool.
Good on you for reaching out. A lot of people would be like feel a bit silly, but like good on like that's so awesome that you just went for it and like yeah, you got the reward. So
Thanks.
cool.
Yeah, and